Hi everyone, welcome to Food and Tunes. If you are new, we want to give you a special welcome to the Food and Tunes family. We are so happy that you are here. Today I am sharing one of my favorite plant-based meals, a Buddha bowl. A Buddha bowl is a meal that comprises of very small portions of all kinds of foods, vegetarian foods that is. Usually it's a grain, a very healthy grain like brown rice or quinoa, even bulgur. You might have a protein, a plant-based protein like tofu or any plant-based meat substitute. And lastly, any kind of vegetables and root vegetables like sweet potatoes or beets, avocado and so on. This particular bowl is refreshingly delicious and I am so excited to share it with you. So let's get started. So for our quinoa tabbouleh, let's start by cooking our quinoa. We're going to add 1 tablespoon of coconut oil to a medium heated saucepan. And we're going to add 1 cup of washed quinoa to the oil. And we're going to parch it for a few minutes. I would say about 3 minutes. Just go ahead and stir it constantly to ensure that it's evenly parched. After the quinoa is evenly parched or toasted, go ahead and add 2 cups of water to it. And now we're going to add our seasonings, our powdered seasonings, to the water. We're going to add some onion powder, about 1 teaspoon of onion powder. Yes. And then we're going to add 1 teaspoon of garlic powder to that pot. Kind of eyeballing it. And lastly, we're going to add this better than bouillon. It's so good, guys. Go ahead and add a teaspoon of it. It's optional. You don't have to use it, but it gives the quinoa a really nice flavor. Add salt to taste. And we want to go ahead and stir it really well because the bouillon, it needs to dissolve completely in the water. So we're going to stir it, for a while to make sure that that is completely dissolved. Cover the saucepan and cook the quinoa according to your package directions. Next up are our roasted sweet potatoes, and I'm cutting these bad boys into some 1/2-inch discs. All right, and I'm going to add some oil to it and some rosemary just to give it a nice little flavor. So 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And what I'm going to do with the rosemary, they are dried. It's dried, so I'm just going to kind of crumble it a little bit between my fingers, so that I will have smaller pieces in there. I would say probably about a teaspoon of rosemary. Just kind of crumble it into the bowl and give everything a good mix. Arrange the sweet potatoes on a baking dish in a single layer. Go ahead and bake these at about 375 degrees for about 30 to 40 minutes and just flip them half time. So our quinoa is finished cooking. Just go ahead and fluff it with a fork and let it cool all the way down. My daughter and I tasted this, guys, and it was so good I had to keep myself from eating a lot of it. So now that our quinoa is fully cooled, we will go ahead and add the veggies. We will add the cucumbers, the onions, the tomatoes, the parsley, as well as the juice of a lemon or half of a lemon. I also forgot to add on camera the olive oil, so please don't forget to add the olive oil. And just give everything a good toss, mix it really well. Oops, we're adding our salt. Gotta have some salt. So toss everything really, really well. And there you have it, your quinoa tabbouleh. So now for our kale salad, and for this we have to wash the leaves really well, dry them, and de-stem them, because when we add the dressing to it, we want it to break down completely, and so without the stems it's going to be easier to do that. For our salad dressing, we will need 1 tablespoon of olive oil. To that, add the juice of half of a lemon, 1 clove of crushed garlic, and salt to taste. And we're just gonna mix that up really well. It looks like a little bit. I thought it was a little bit when I did it first, but it really is more than enough when the kale gets broken down. The last thing is our tahini sauce, and you would love this recipe. It is so good. So I would suggest that you start with about half of the water and just adjust it according to how thin or thick you like your tahini sauce. So I went ahead and assembled the bowl, guys. It looks gorgeous and it tastes amazing. I wish I could share some with you. I also went ahead and added some avocado and some hummus. I will place the link for my hummus recipe in the description box if you're interested. Thank you for spending your precious time with me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And until the next time, be safe.